general, when does the house edge matter and when does it not matter? It's a really simple thing. The house edge matters the more you make a particular bet. If you only made one bet in your entire life, the house edge isn't going to make a whole big difference. But if you bet the snake eyes every time somebody throws the dice, it's just really difficult to win. But here, I'll tell my story about snake eyes. And boxcars is pretty much the same bet on the other side of the dice, which is 2 6s or 12. I was at the Cosmopolitan, and there at the Cosmopolitan around February, they went from triple to double on the field, going back to that conversation. These guys were betting field bets, and they were pressing them up. They started with a couple $100, and they got up to $700 or $800. And I was talking to them. I was trying to talk them into taking some smarter bets. So I'm like, the field here only pays double. You guys should move into some other bets and everything. And they're like, you know what, we're having a good time. We always do this. We go crazy. We're enjoying it. Don't worry about it. And I was like, okay, about that. So they started throwing $25 onto the boxcars. And I'm like, the boxcar, and they were doing it repetitively. And I was like, the boxcar is kind of a high-edge bet. They're like, yeah. And they kept telling me, we're just having a good time. We're doing this and that. And I said, yeah, it only matters in the long run. I guess in the short run, you can really put the pressure on him. And he says, yeah. And about that time, he threw $100 onto the boxcars. Boom, it hit. They start carving out $3,000. And wow. The box starts scrambling around back there. So I was like, yeah, that was pretty good. And they, start pushing out the big money to him. And we talked a little bit more. He said, and he did it again. And he threw out $100 onto the boxcar. And then his friend that was with him did the same thing. He threw out $100 onto the boxcar. The dice got thrown. They went up. They hit the guy on the opposite end of the table. They hit the guy's elbow, bounced off his elbow, landed back onto the table. Boxcars again. They both hit it.
No kidding.
No kidding. So the one guy is up $6,000, the other guy is up $3,000, because they were already at $800 from $200 starting, and everybody's just going nuts. Okay. Now, about this time, I told the guys, I was like, you know what, you guys need to go take a break and a breather and come back. And I left, and I didn't want to see them lose all their money.
Right.
A lot of times when you're betting these kind of bets, you keep doing it. Eventually, you're going to lose it all. I came back the next day and got the trip report. The second guy hit another $100 boxcars. They both left with $6,000 profit. That was one of the more exciting. I've seen people win more money, frankly, pretty frequently, but nothing quite that exciting. When you've got a long shot that's paying 31 for one, making $3,000 from a $100 bet, that's pretty exciting.